Good morning, everybody. James Bellew here, Duffels and Dogs. Hey, welcome to Beach Talks. Before we get started on today's topic, I want to thank all our subscribers and all your comments and all your support. It's much appreciated. And for anybody who this is your first video, please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when other videos are available. So today is a beach talk. As you can see, I'm walking along the beach. And today's topic came from a conversation I had with an old colleague, a couple of weeks ago, and it's interesting, and I want to throw it out there to you guys. So I was having a conversation with an old colleague. We worked together, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, and by all practical measures of success, they have it. Solid career, living in the Bay Area, own a nice home, vacation home, up in the mountains, all the trappings, cars, house, but the conversation quickly went to just how burnt out they were. We're talking mid-50s, and how burnt out they were, working so hard. They were still working 50, 60 hours a week, just couldn't wait for the weekend to come and so they could get away for a few days, and how stressful the work was and how much they, disillusioned with it and don't like it anymore. And I said, well, why don't you quit? Travel, take your business online, don't work so hard. And the answer was, well, 5 more years, just 5 more years, and we'll be able to put away enough to retire, I guess is the word they used. And I'm intrigued by that, and I want to get your thoughts on that. So what is enough? I mean, by all practical measures, they have enough now to not do that anymore, right? They may have to sell one of their houses or do something, sell both their houses, or whatever. But they were talking about wanting to travel and wanting to, live life on their own terms, and only 5 more years, only 5 more years. And that conversation comes up more and more, and I want to get people's thoughts on that. Like, what is enough, and what are we trading for some deferred life plan at the end of all that? If they're in their mid-50s now, let's say, the early 60s or whatever, and then they'll retire. And to be honest, most people, that day never comes. It's always just a little bit more or a little bit more, but they're willing to put up with what they're willing to put up with just doesn't seem worth that extra 5, 6, 7 years. And most people are shocked at the capability they have, they don't know they have, to stop now. It doesn't mean retire, and I'm not talking about retiring. I'm talking about starting to live, and take your work online. Redistribute your assets to be able to, live life, whether that's somewhere else in the United States, or moving to a different country, or traveling 3 or 4 or 5 times a year. A couple months at a time, experiencing different countries and cultures, but still working, right? Just change the way that you work. Build. There are so many ways nowadays to build a portable income that it's almost in everybody's reach to be able to do that and change the way that they're living life now, and sort of ditching that 40, 50, 60-hour work week for, a 10, 15, 20-hour work week, and working online where you want, with whom you want. And, when I talk to people that, like that conversation I had, I just go, what? They have more than most, but yet the conversation is still, it's not enough. So my question to throw out there, and I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on this, is what is enough? And at what point do we stop trading all of that for some deferred future life that we have in our heads about what it's going to be 5, 10, 15 years from now if I just work harder? And I want to throw that out there and hear what you have to say about it. So please join me in the conversation. Comment, leave me a message. Let's have a one-on-one conversation, or just leave your comments. I'd love to hear it. Tell me what you think. So that's today's beach talk. James Bellew, Duffels and Dogs. Pura Vida.